Hello and welcome to this Wix Ecommerce website tutorial. Today I'll be taking you through 10 key steps on how to build a successful Wix Ecommerce website. The first step will be how to log in or sign up. Step 2 will be choosing a template that best suits the needs for your business. Step 3 will be adding products to the store. Step 4 will be customizing the product page design. Step 5 will be customize the general website design. Step 6 will be adding shipping options. Step 7 will be editing the general settings of the website. Step 8 will be creating a page of your own that Wix hasn't already created for you. Step 9 will be editing the remaining pages plus applying finishing touches. And step 10 will be how to purchase a domain name and send the website live. So let's begin. The first thing you're going to do when you get presented with the home page is click in the top right hand corner, sign in. And it will bring you to the sign in page. There's a number of ways you can log in or sign up. When this loads, you'll see. So you can either sign in through Facebook or with Google, or you can create your own account. Today I'm just going to log in using my own login. And once you've done this, you'll be brought to this page. So this is where all the websites that you've created will be, if you have any, when you log in. This is where they are stored. But today we're going to go and create a new site. So when you click create a new site, you're presented with these options. You can create one if you're a designer, if you're making a blog, which is quite handy. It'll create a template for you which will have these things on it. Today, for the purpose of this exercise, we're just going to click online store, and then you're presented with this. So Wix ADI is artificial design intelligence, which basically you enter information into the artificial design intelligence and it creates a template for you based on the information that you give it, which is extremely useful if you sort of are not very good at creating things yourself, or you're not very good at designing. This is a quick and easy way to get a nice template that suits your business. However, I would recommend choosing this option here because it gives you a lot more freedom when you get into designing the website. You'll find that if you choose this, you're sort of stuck as to what you can actually edit on the website. As useful as it is, this gives you a lot more freedom to edit and change almost every element of the website. So I would thoroughly recommend that you choose this option here, create your website with the Wix editor. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So now this is one of the most important parts of the website making process. When using Wix, you need to choose a template that suits your brand image. So don't just rush into it. Please make sure you go through each category based on what you're going to do and choose one that is appropriate for the website that you're making. So today I'm going to be creating a sports store that sells football jerseys. So I'm going to click sports and outdoors and see what it gives me. So let's go down and see. Sportswear, it's women's sportswear. Could be better. So we're just going to keep looking. Type in soccer. Sort of losing the store element. We'll go for t-shirt store. That's similar to what we're going for. So once you've found a template that you're happy enough with, just hover over it. You can either view it if you're not too sure and go on and see what it's going to look like, or you can just hit edit and go ahead and begin the editing process. So step 3 is adding products to the product store. I'm sure when you see this, you're going to want to jump in and start chopping and changing and editing the design right away. You can if you want, however, I'd recommend getting all the products onto the product page and getting all the information on, and then at the end, that's when I would recommend to do the whole design process, rather than at the beginning doing a little bit of designing and then going on and putting products on and then coming back to design it, because you'll just get lost and you'll start to see that some pages look different to others and it'll just be a mess. So I recommend taking each thing one step at a time. So we're going to go to menu and pages, and we're going to have to delete a few of these pages because we're only selling one product. So if you want to delete a page, you just hover over, click the settings button and hit delete. So we're just going to have one product page. Delete man. And to edit the name of this, again hover over, rename, and we're just going to call it store. So this will be our product page. So we're going to click this over, and the title of this is going to be European football jerseys. Again, don't worry about the formatting just yet. That can all be fixed towards the end. It might look like nothing now, but don't be worrying. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to click on these products and click Manage Products. Once you've done so, you'll see all the products that Wix has given you already. Unless you want to keep them, but I doubt you will. I would just click select all and delete. I think it's easier than going through and editing each part of the example product. You can if you want, if that helps you. However, I would recommend deleting them all, starting afresh. So we're going to hit new product and we're going to hit physical. And you should have some high resolution images of your products stored in advance before you start making the website on your computer. So we're going to hit add images. We're going to go to upload media, upload from computer, Jack's jerseys, and we're just going to add all of our products. Now the reason I've got front and back images of the product is because Wix gives you an option. You'll see this later in the design phase. Wix gives you an option to actually, when you hover over the product, it will change from front to back, or it can zoom in or zoom out, so you can choose what you want to do. So try and get two different images of your product. Doesn't matter if it's front or back or zoomed in, zoomed out. As long as you have two different images, it just gives a bit more of an animated interactive effect to your website, which is important for guest interaction or audience interaction. So once you've got all these loaded onto the page, we're just going to hit add to page. So we're going to start with this one here. We're going to want the front. So for the meantime, just add the front image to the page, and we'll worry about the back later. Product name, Manchester United, jersey. This here's a ribbon, so if it's a new arrival or you've got a sale on, you can add a ribbon to it. I'm just going to leave that for the meantime. We might have 2 items on sale out of 8. So we're going to say this is 60. This here little widget as well, if you've got something on sale, if you click that, we'll do that now actually. So the price is £60, it works out the discount for you. So if it's 15% off, then the new sale price will be 51. So that does that for you. Go on down then. We're going to go to product options, and we're going to go to size. We're going to have it in small, comma, medium, comma, and large. We're going to add that. And then we're going to turn on track inventory. We're going to have 30 of each product in stock. This is the product number. I'm going to call this product 001. Save that. So there's one product loaded under our store. New product, physical. I'll take you through 2 more of these until you get your head around it, and then I'm gonna fast forward the video to the next stage. So remember what we did last time. Click the front image, add to page. Manchester City, jersey. This one's not on sale. Just leave that. Add that, and then track inventory. Again, 30. Product number 2. Let's call it 1 kilogram. And I'll take you through one more. Say this is a new arrival. It's also 60. Size again, small, medium, and large. We've hit add all. Well, it's been the correct order though. Track inventory, 30, product number 3, and 1 kilogram. So I'm just going to fast forward this video now, and I'll see you at the next stage. Okay, that's us with all our 8 products added to the store. So what we're going to want to do now is close this and see if we need to add a collection. You can add collections, however, because we've only got one page here, because I've only got one store, we don't really need collections because they're only going to be in one page. Collections are for if you have, for example, male football jerseys, female football jerseys, kid football jerseys, then you would create a collection and put them into individual collections. So now we've got our products added to the store. Obviously, you should probably have more than 8 products if you're creating an e-commerce website, but this is just for the purpose of the exercise. So it would take you a lot longer to add the products on, but now you know how to do it. So we'll bring this up and we'll begin to format the product page design. So what you need to remember is to create a brand image, you need to have a certain color and a certain logo, and everything needs to be branded in a way that it's all the same, and things that, like, you can have maybe at most 2 or 3 colors that represent your brand image, but once you start changing to 5 or 6 different colors, you sort of lose the aesthetic aspect of the website. So try and keep it as aesthetically appealing as you can, and the way to do that is just keeping it simple. I couldn't stress enough that you need to just keep this simple. I'm going to remove that button, and we're going to go to add, and what we're going to do is, what we're actually going to do is we're going to go on to a website called squarespace.com on the Google first, and Squarespace logo, and we're going to actually create a logo very quickly using Squarespace. So the name of our company, as you may have seen earlier, is Jack's Jerseys. So we're going to go Jack's Jerseys, and so you can search for a symbol to represent your brand. So because it's mainly football jerseys, we're going to type in soccer and see what comes up. And you just choose whatever one you like best, whatever one you feel appropriately represents your brand. It's a bit plain. Quite like that one, so we'll go with that. And then what you're going to do is pick a font, just whatever one you think works well. I think that looks well. And just play about with it until you find something that you like. So that's what it will look like on the website. It's preview, you can preview your business card. You can preview what it would look like on a t-shirt. So now what we're going to do is save the logo. You can have a tagline if you wish. We're just going to save the logo, and we'll go ahead and create an account just to show you. Well, that's fantastic. Absolutely great. So we can download the logo. However, it's going to be less resolution than it would be if you purchased it. So I'd recommend, if this is a real business for your real website, you're best just making that one-off purchase and getting a good high resolution logo. But for the purpose of this exercise, I'm just going to download a low resolution version. And the version I'm going to download is that one. So that should have saved my downloads. Exit off this website. Okay, so now we're going to add the logo. So to do that, we're going to go down to the bottom and click My Store. Click Go to Dashboard. Once that loads, this is what you'll see. And what you're going to want to do is go down to Settings. Click General Info. And scroll down to Logo. Let's click Add Logo. And find your logo file, which should be on your uploaded media. There we are, Jack's Jerseys. Add that to the page and enter the name for your website or business. Okay, so once we've done that, we'll just scroll down and just save that as our logo. It's already saved actually, it's saved automatically, so we'll just click off that and it'll bring us back to our store page. So we can actually start to do a bit of formatting here. So double click this, the products, and go to settings. Sorry, go to layout, and it says here stretch to full width. This is why this is not within the margins, because this setting is on, called switch to full width. So we want to try and take that off, and there you see it'll be within the margins so that your customers can actually see the products that you're looking them to purchase. So now that that's done, we can scroll off that and you can see that already looks a lot better. European football jerseys is also a bit big, so we're gonna take that down a peg to a reasonable size. And I'd say maybe we'll just leave the font for now. Try and centralize that. And then we're going to add our logo to our product page. So we're going to go add my image uploads, Jack's Jerseys, add to page. And it can just go there. And as I was mentioning earlier, each product can have a current view and a hover view. So if we go to what happens on hover, swap image, and then we're going to go to manage products just here. And we're going to go through each individual product and just add the secondary image that we have already on our media. So that's the front of the Bayern Munich jersey. If I go to my media and then just choose the back version for each product. Save that. And just do this for each individual one. I'll fast forward this now and I'll see you at the next step. So that's us, we've added all the secondary images, so we're just going to click the X at the top and select off that, and now we're just going to test how that works. So publish the site, click view site, and we'll go and test how that works in the store. So what I'm expecting to see is I'm going to hover over this image and it should show the back of the jersey. There we are, for each top, which is quite a nice effect to have on the website. Just make sure they all work. Make sure you've got all the right images, and there we go. So that's quite a nice effect to have. Click off this and we'll go to the next step. So what we're going to do now is just customize this product page design as much as we can, just to try and make it more representative of our business. So we're going to have our own font. I'm going to start by editing the menu. Click on design, customize design, text, and let's edit the font just until you get one that you like. I think that's okay. So we're going to go for Chelsea Market for the whole website. You can, if you like, have a different font on your products or whatever. Wix gives you the opportunity to edit pretty much anything you want. However, I'd recommend that you keep the same font throughout the website, just for purely because of aesthetics. It just looks a lot better to have the same font, in my opinion. So that's what we're going to do. So Chelsea Market, and we're going to make this a little bigger. And stretch it across the page. Seeing as we only have 3 tabs in the header, we're going to actually add a home button rather than put it in the header. We're going to have it over to the side. So go to add and go to button, and just choose whatever kind of formatting you like. Set it up here. And go to change text, and you might as well just format it now. But we're going to call it home, and make sure that's on every page. It should automatically add to every page, however, just double check. So go to design, and we'll just format it now. Customize design, text, and it's Chelsea Market. If you don't like the border, you don't like the design, let's go back and change it. Not too sure if I do like that border actually. Yeah, it's a little nicer, more smooth. Just keep it full opacity and click off. Okay, so now we've got the home button, and now we're going to format the text of the products. So double click on the products and go to design, scroll down to the text and change all the text to Chelsea Market, or whatever your text is that you've chosen if you're following along. Chelsea Market. Something that's caught my eye right now is the header is following me down the page. So what I'm going to do is simply just delete the menu, as it's causing too much problems. There's just some things are linked and it's just causing us problems on the website. So if that happens, just go ahead and delete the menu and get the buttons that you're making, and then you have complete control over them, and just paste a couple of buttons and bring them up to your header, and it'll work a lot easier. just centralize them manually. And then just rename them. So you've got your homepage already, then you've got your store, you've got about us, you've got frequently asked questions, and you've got the contact us page. And already that's starting to look a lot better. Just trying to align them all the same. And now you're just going to have to link them to each page. So again, just double click, add a link, page, which page, store, done. Same again, about us, double click, add link, which page, about us, done. Frequently asked questions, add link, which page, FAQ, done. And the contact, same again, done. Now we can make our logo a little bigger. I'll actually crop this because it's a bit of dead space, which is never good. So just crop it until there's as little dead space as possible. Still the same. Forgot that save. Excuse me. Just hit apply up in the top corner. That's us. And looks well formatted, so we'll go down to the footer now and just try and keep everything the same sort of color. Black doesn't look too bad, so we'll keep it, and we'll just make sure that everything's the font that we had earlier, which was Chelsea Market. It can seem quite laborious, but just try to keep everything consistent and it'll be worth it when you see the final product. Each and every little bit of text you have to edit. Or it won't look good. I could actually make it a little smaller. That's what we need for the dead space. And just move it on up. I think that footer's necessary, so we'll delete that. And there you have a nice, succinct, well laid out product page. You can can also edit the card if you wish. I think I'll leave it black. You can even change the font on the number on the cart. There we are. I think I like that one better actually. Click that. Save. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is format these buttons a little better so that they look a bit more appealing. And I've chosen this design here. So after you've chosen that, go to Customise Design, and on hover, set it to something else so it looks better. I'll show you in the once I've published it and I view the site. I'll show you what it looks like. It's just a nice effect to have when you hover over the button. It turns a different color, and it's quite a nice effect to have on your website. So just format all your buttons whatever way you'd like to, but try and keep to the same theme. So hit publish and view site. If I go to store, this is our store page. I may actually move this home button over into this dead space so that all users can access it, as it may be cut off on mobile devices. Let's just double check. So up here on Wix you can see what it looks like on mobile. And it actually looks not too bad. Could be better, but you see Wix has tried its best for us. So let's go back to the site editor. And just spend as much time as we can here just formatting and getting everything perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna move this. Actually, how about we put everything in the header? To move all buttons at the same time, simply click the shift button and then click on each individual button and it will highlight all of the buttons. Same with most movable objects on Wix. And that looks a lot better. So we'll save that. And I haven't changed this yet to Chelsea Market. And there we have a short, simple and sweet product design page. I may actually put a logo either side. Of this. simply for visual effect. Alright, so in this step, basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of these tabs or pages and just try to make it look similar or the same as the product page or the store page. Just try and format it all the same. So then you've got a website that is consistent. So we'll start off with the home page. And we're just going to go through. You can choose to keep these features or you can choose to get rid of them. It's quite a nice feature to have. So what we're going to do is, instead of deleting it, you can delete it and put in your own feature, but for the sake of it we'll keep it here and we'll just change the font to our default font for this website. And you'll begin to see that the website starts to take shape when all the fonts and everything looks the same. So just go through here and change all these. Design, customize design, text, font, and our default font. Just do that for each one. And then obviously we did our edit general settings and we had our currency set to pound sterling. So we're going to change this. £2, and yep, that looks good. And you can always go back and change certain things. For example, I've sort of fallen out of love with the formatting of these buttons, so I'm going to actually change these back and take that filter off it. If there's any other designs that I like. I think we're just going to stick to what we originally had, because I don't think those black dots give the effect I was going for. So that's what's good about Wix. You can always go back and change things. If you thought that you liked something and then you change your mind, you can literally change anything at any time. Even after you've published the website, you can go back and change things, which may seem obvious, but there you go. So there's a lot of dead space in here, so what we're going to do is go to add, and you can just look down and see if there's anything you think would add to your website. If there's nothing in add that you think would be of good use, for example a contact page, a form, an application, any of these things, a database that can be useful, then you can go to app and you can just search for an app. So for example, a map to show whereabouts in the world your business is. Just simply click add to site, add app. Bring it down. Click edit map. Click first location, then enter the address of your business. So for the example, we'll put that's that. And then you see when you edit the address, that's what it will bring up. Just try and fit it to the page a bit better. And then give it a title. So go to add, text, add heading. Or to keep consistent with the theme of the website, click on this and hit Control C or copy, and then paste Control V and write a title or a heading. Same again, copy and paste. Try just to minimize any dead space. And then this is a photo gallery or strip. You can put either your own images in or replace them. I'd say instead of having that for our website, we're going to add a photo gallery. So go to add gallery and choose one from the following templates. I quite like the accordion, so I'm going to click it. Drag it on down, make sure it fits within the margins. hit manage media. Give it a second to load, and then simply select all, delete, then go to add media, image, and because we don't have any other product or any other images for our site, I'm just going to add the product pages or the product photographs. For some reason it's only letting us add one at a time. It's alright. And there we have our gallery, and we can actually link it. To our product page. We just have to link each individual product, so we'll just leave that out actually. So if we actually go and take a look at how that looks, looks okay. There's our map. Just check if our button works. Should take us to the store. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and format the page that opens when you click on the product. So go down to store pages and click product page. And that's the one that I clicked on there. It actually looked okay. I think we just need to format the text. Other than that, I think it looks quite smart. Okay, that's that done. So let's go on to the thank you page. So this is the page that will come up once your customer has made a purchase online. This is the page that they will be brought to post-purchase. So you can edit everything as always, edit the text, say or thank you for shopping with Jack's jerseys. It's too long. That's fine. And again, just edit the text. And we could actually add the logo in here. The page looks a bit bare. And once you think that looks okay, just save. And go to the next one, cart page, which is the page when your customer adds products. They can go and view how many products they have in their shopping cart. So again, the page looks a little empty, so we'll add the logo, which I think I still have copied. And then just format the font as usual. Excuse me. And that's that page done, so we will go to the About page. Which is always a good place to build a rapport with your customer by telling them your story or telling them a bit about yourself. So don't take this page as just something to put in. Just try and take it quite seriously, and you could even use it as a blog, you could use it as anything you want, but try and build a personal relationship with your customer on this page. So what we're going to do now is, again, I'm not a fan of the stuff they've given us here, so I'm going to delete this strip and we're just going to manually add some information about the business. So firstly, I'm going to go to add image, my image uploads, upload media, and we're just going to get a photo of the managing director, which should be here. text, paragraph, and choose one. Keep it in line. And just write a bit of information about the business. I'm going to fast forward on through this part. Now we'll go on to our frequently asked questions page. So just the same thing as earlier, just keep formatting the page as you like it. Try and keep the same fonts as stated previously, and just try and make the page look presentable as best you can. Presentable and consistency. Presentation and consistency is key to a good website. And also quality information. So especially on this kind of page, frequently asked questions is where your visitors are going to come when they've got a problem. So these questions that Wix give you are quite general. You want to try and make them more specific to your website. So for example, this is a sports jersey website. So to add a more personal question, double click on the box, click manage questions, and it should bring up the questions, and simply just click on it and put whatever you like. So how many jerseys do we sell in total? We're just gonna write, so we've got 8 different jerseys in total. Can I insert pictures in my frequently asked questions? That's just a general one that Wix gives you, and there's the answer. So for this one, we're going to write can I purchase a jersey if I live in Africa? So unfortunately, at the minute, we only deliver to European countries. We are working on increasing the amount of So there, that's how you personalize the questions, or you can even add one of your own questions if these aren't enough. Click done, and as you'll see, the questions will change. Also remember the format. Remember on each page you want to make it the same format. And to brighten up the page a bit, we could add a logo, which, as we know, we go to add image, my image uploads, and if it's already been uploaded, it'll just be here. So click on the logo, add to page. It says an appropriate size, and there we go. And try and keep things in line with each other. Save that. Check what other pages we have to go. Shipping and returns is another page. Again, just format. Save that. Again, just formatting. And remember to write your own personal shipping policy in this box here. So I'm sure you as a company will know your own policy, and just write that in there. And that'll be you for that page. Maybe add a logo again, as these pages can be quite plain. Another thing we haven't done is to link our social media. So I'll show you how to do now. That's simply just text. We're going to actually delete that box and go to add, go down to social, and click on which social bar you need. And click move to footer and try and find a space for it, which looks okay. Gonna move this over slightly and bring this down here. Click set social links. So for Facebook, which is the one we're on at the minute, put in whatever your Facebook page is, and it will link to your page. Same for Twitter. We don't have a YouTube account, we don't have a Pinterest, but we do have an Instagram. So click on Instagram. Jack's jerseys. And you can choose whether you want to open it in a new window or a current window. I'd recommend keeping it on new window so it doesn't take the user off the website. Save that. I believe we have one last page, which is payment methods. Again, formatting. And again, any policies that you have written down for your business, make sure to include them in here, as they're very important. Here's your payment methods. There we are, and again, just add a logo just to add to the aesthetic of the page, as it's a bit plain at the minute. Too much dead space can look unprofessional, and when it's too crowded it can also look unprofessional. Just try and find a nice balance of text and image. So I think that's all our pages done. So if we click publish on the top right hand corner, it will send our site live, and this is our site address. So if we click view site, as we did earlier, we'll should be able to just go through our complete website now and see if there's anything we need to edit. There's our social media, which we just added, our map, and our menu at the top follows us down the page, which we can also adjust, but I think it looks better if it does, personally. Because if the user's down here, if you've got a lot of text, heavy text, and the user's 3/4 of the way down the page, it's easy just to come up here and click and find whatever page they're looking for, rather than having to scroll back up to the top to find the menu. So always, I would recommend the menu follows the page. So that's the home page. We'll go to our store, and we see our jerseys are all functioning well. If we go to purchase a Liverpool jersey, which hopefully you never have to do, we will select size. We're going to go for medium, and just for the purpose of the task, we'll say 31, because there's only 30 in stock, so it should give us, there we go, only 30 left in stock. So then we go back, so at least that's working, and we'll say we'll buy 2. Add to cart, subtotal 120, everything looks well, view cart. It should bring us to our shipping page. There we are. If we check out, and then that's where you connect your payment method. So we have not done so yet. So we will go on to the next page, about us. There's our managing director. And if you were really making this website, you would need to make this page a lot more text heavy and sort of tell the user about the business on this page. Frequently asked questions next. How many jerseys do we sell in total? 8 jerseys. Then there's your social media, where you can allow the audience to go on and talk about it, or talk about if they have any other questions. Additional feedback can be given on the social media pages. And there's your other question. And finally, contact us. There's all your text there. We still need to edit that page actually, and put your own contact details on the page, which we'll go and do now. There we go. Flagship store. That'll be your main store, which we said was on the Springfield Road, Belfast. So say map on homepage. You can link this to the homepage. Format this. publish that. So that's all the formatting done for the general formatting of the website. So we're going to go on to the next step now, which is the shipping and returns policy, how to add a shipping policy. And for that, we're going to go to our store pages, sorry, not store pages. Go to dashboard. Set up shipping regions. Now, I have said in my About Us page that I ship to over 50 countries around the world. That was just for the purpose of talk. But I will show you how to add a few countries here. So simply either here or here, click New Region, Add Destination. So try and stay within the general area of mainland Europe. Where's the main countries that we're going to be looking at? European football jerseys. Croatia would be one. Germany, France, Sweden, Italy, Spain. Where else? Portugal. And we'll leave it at that. So that's them, and then just hit save. And then you would need to work out how much it's going to cost you to ship to said country, and just click edit and come down here and say standard shipping. Three to 5 business days, or work out how long it's going to take you, depending on which country. And the rate is let's do this again. Standard shipping. 3 to 5 business days. And say the rate. You need to work out what it's going to be, but I'll just say for the purpose of this, $4.99. Or if you buy 2 jerseys, so if you spend over £120, which seems a bit much, or no, if you're spending over £61, then you're buying 2 jerseys, so that makes it look better. Add a handling fee to every order. Allow store pickup. So we've got our store on the Springfield Road, so if we hit allow store pickup, click and collect. 323 Springfield Road. And the order, once ordered, is ready to pick up immediately. Subject to opening hours. And pickup instructions. Go to front desk of store with order number received via email. Give this number to staff member. save, and that's your shipping options added. So if we go into the next step, I think we have touched on already earlier in the video editing the general settings, but there may be some that we haven't completely covered. So to get to there, we just click on the store button down at the bottom of the page, click go to dashboard, and it will bring up the dashboard. And then we want to go down to settings, website settings. This will bring up an overview, and then if we go to general info, just make sure all these things are covered. We did touch on this earlier in the video, but just add anything that you haven't already added. So a phone number, fax number, and I was mentioning earlier about the Favicon or the Favicon. It's a good thing to add, but you do need to purchase it. Payment method, maybe we should try adding one. Leave the page. I think we did do this earlier. Yep, so just add your business address. Just make up an imaginary address. But for you, actually add your obviously correct address. Sterling, time frame, not sure. Go to overview, save that first. Overview, site address, which you can change once you go to purchase the domain, which I'll show you later in the video. Yeah, I'll show you that later on in the video. And this is quite a handy feature to know. Wix actually has all the saved versions of your site. So if you've changed something the next day after spending a full day on your website, and you actually have changed your mind and you think, I prefer this the way it was the day before, if you go to restore versions, it will bring up all the saved versions of your website that it has, with the times and dates on those respectively. So just keep that in mind in case you change something, you change your mind and you want to go back. Wix has all saved versions of your website. General info we've been on, social we've done, search engines, get found on search engines. This is actually quite interesting, and here at Profile Tree we actually specialize in search engine optimization. So if you need any help with that, either leave a comment on the video asking for help on search engine optimization, or email us at hello@profiletree.com and we'll be sure to help you out with that. Analytics and HTTPS, yeah. Domains, payments, store tax, again SEO. So yeah, I think we've covered all the main settings. So we will move on to the next step. So the 8th step is how to create a page of your own. So you simply go to the site menu, which is the top tab, and go down to add page. And don't let it get in the way of your main pages, in this case anyway, unless it is a main page. And just double click on it to rename it. We're going to call it Road to Madrid. And that's that. So we're on the page for Road to Madrid, but what we're going to do first is go back to one of our pages and just see how it looks, see how it's formatted. And remember what I told you earlier about holding in Shift to highlight numerous things. Hold in Shift, highlight all the bits at the top, hit Control C to copy, and then bring them in to your new page, just so that will actually make sure that it's formatted in such a way that it's in exactly the same place. So if you open the store page and then you open the page for Road to Madrid, it will be in exactly the same place, which is good for aesthetics. So simply change the name to Road to Madrid. And what we're going to have on this page is a quiz. The reason I'm going to have a quiz is just to remind you that I think having something that's interactive, that your audience can interact with, is quite important. So we're going to add a quiz here just about, obviously we're selling European football jerseys, so we're going to have a quiz about the Champions League, and obviously it's in Madrid this year, so that's why, hence the name of the page. So what we're going to do is go to Add Apps and type in quiz, and you've got these to choose from. We'll click this anyway and see if there's any others. Yeah, so the main one seems to be Firebox quizzes. Hit add to site, add app, and scroll it on down a little bit and align it centrally. Try and make sure your footer doesn't get in the way, and just let it load up. So if you double click on the picture for the quiz, it'll bring up this here, and what you're going to do is click create a quiz. But first, actually, sorry, you're going to have to sign up. So click on free sign up and just go ahead and log in with Google if you've got Google to save a bit of time. And we're going to call it Road to Madrid. You can choose what type of quiz you want to make it. Open-ended questions, multiple choice. We're going to go for yes or no. And now we're going to browse templates. That one looks okay. So that's what it's going to look like. So come out of that and X off that. So now we've got our template. And we're going to offer a reward. Play our quiz for a chance to win 2 tickets to the UEFA Champions League final. So try and keep the questions quite basic so you get a good load of feedback, and then this is where you can, as a business, ask for an email address, and then you can use the email that they've used to sign up for this quiz to send. So add that to your mailing list, and then you can send out content to them because you've got their information. So this is quite a handy way to get customer information. So that's us, we've added our quiz to our website. So let's save the page, which is already saved, publish the site, and let's just test the whole site and see how it looks. Let's give it a second to load. And our map should be displayed here. There we are. Right, we'll go to our quiz page. We haven't actually added a button for it, have we? So we need to go back and we'll actually place it at the bottom here so it's not getting in the way of the header, because the header looks good now. So if we go to, or if we'll copy one of these buttons so it looks the same. And then bring it into the footer. Maybe line it up with the social media. And then hit change text, and we're going to hit road to Madrid and link it to our page. Hit publish, and that should apply to all pages as it's in the footer. So now we're on the home page. If we scroll right down to the bottom, click on road to Madrid, it should bring up our quiz. We begin our quiz. Where is the Champions League final being held this year? Madrid. Liverpool and which other team are playing in the final? Tottenham Hotspur. Who won the Champions League last year? Real Madrid. Which team has the most Champions League trophies? Where is the Europa League final being held? Which Welshman scored an overhead kick? Who did Manchester United beat in the final? Oh, I know what I've done. I've forgotten to actually. That's my bad. Maybe if you were paying attention, you'd spotted it. I forgot to click on the right answers because I was in a rush. I don't know why I was rushing. Content, edit. See, that's why it's important to test things, to make sure you get them right. So, we won the Champions League last year. The most Champions League trophies is correct. Baku. Gareth Bale was correct. And that was Chelsea. And that should save, okay. Publish again and just retest it to make sure that that was the error. If not, we're going to have to try and determine what the error was. So I'll just run through it quickly. There we are. So then people are going to enter their content or their email address and name, and you can just add them to your mailing list from that. Or here, people can join your mailing list. That's what you want. You want people to be engaging with content on your website and spending more time on the website. If they're not buying products, then give you information. So that's what you want to do. You want to create engaging content to keep your visitors active on the website, and you want to be updating and maintaining this content as much as you can. So we'll move on to our ninth step. So again, I cannot stress enough how important this step is. Don't take it lightly. Just go through every page and try and look at every detail and make sure everything is exactly how you want it to look. And all the text says what you want it to say. It's all the same size, everything's aligned properly. You haven't made any spelling errors. This is just your chance to go through the website and make any changes. The best way to go through it is by publishing it and viewing the site, which we're going to do now, and just pretend you're a user and try and use every element of the website. It might be quite time consuming, but it'll be worth it than gaining a bad reputation based on a silly mistake on your website. So simply go through, make sure all the buttons are working. I'll just bring it to the top. Make sure your slideshow is working, any features that you have, your maps. It should bring you to the store, which it does. If you're going to make a purchase, medium. Remember, you've only got 30 in stock, so if someone tries to purchase over 30, it should say no. There's only 30 left in stock. Make sure all that's working if you've got that installed. And just all your little features, the zoom feature. Make sure all your descriptions, there's no spelling errors. Go to your About Us page, which there should be a lot more text in there. This is just an example, but you need to really think about your About Us page and have a lot more features in it than I do there, but that's just an example. Frequently asked questions. Make sure it's all accurate information. Make sure you're not lying about anything. Again, it's all about keeping a good reputation for your business to get repeat custom. Contact us page. Make sure your numbers are all correct. Everything like that. Go back to the home page. Home button doesn't seem to be working there, so maybe go back and edit it. Go to our Road to Madrid page. See if our quiz is working. It is. And our basket. So basically just go through the website and make sure everything is in working order. So last but not least is our step 10, how to purchase a domain name and send your website live. Thank you for staying with us. So this is our final step. So what you're going to want to do is go down to Store and click Go to Dashboard. Go to Settings and go to Domains. And if you've already got a domain name from a previous website, or if you've got one already, then click on here and just link it through. I'll quickly show you. So there you are, there's your plans for connecting your already existing domain name. We're going to click off that and show you how to buy a new domain name. So that was the original one that Wix had given us, but obviously we want to call it jacksjerseys.co.uk. That's right. And jacksjerseys.co.uk is available, so we will click Get It, and then we're going to hit Upgrade Now. And this is where you'll need to get your credit card or debit card out. So the most popular plan is this unlimited business one. It gets you online payments, 100% commission free, unlimited bandwidth, which is very, very good. 35 gigabyte of storage, connect your own domain, remove Wix adverts, 10 hours of video content you can upload, which is decent enough for a relatively small business. Excuse me. Google Analytics, which is extremely useful. Free domain for 1 year, £75 they're going to give you for advertising vouchers, and various other features. A professional logo worth up to £50. Like that, it's a very, very good option to have. If obviously you want to choose this one, that's also fine, but for the sake of £3 extra a month, I would recommend this. If you have a large business, then you're probably best picking the more expensive one. 50 gigabytes of storage, unlimited video hours, which is just really ridiculous. That's crazy. So that if you are a large business, then I would recommend choosing the VIP business option. But for the meantime, we'll click this, and depending on how long you want, you're going to save money the longer you purchase it for. However, we'll just go with the one that's given us here, £16, 12 months. There's all your features. And that should just bring us to the checkout. There you go, you just enter your information and submit purchase, and that will be your domain live. So thank you for following along this video. I really hope it helped you, and if you have any other comments or questions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below this video. And any other questions, don't hesitate to contact hello@profiletree.com. Thanks again, goodbye.